What's up? What's up, everybody? How are y'all today? I'm just gonna wait a minute or two to get some people in here before I get started. Wednesday, the week is halfway over. Let's see how many people we gonna get. I got one for sure. Let's go. We got video, we got sound, we got everything this week. Type 1 if we got everything. All right, let's get into it. So, this week had those ups and downs. Woo! It's been a good week though overall, but Monday getting in gear after the weekend was rough. It was rough. I didn't want to go to work Monday, but I did. I can't confirm or deny if I was a little bit late, but I made it. I showed up. Um, Hola. Yeah. So I'm gonna start out by revisiting June 26th, which was hanging on, and it says there are days when we wonder why we should even get out of bed. Our symptoms are severe. Our serenity has disappeared. Our attitude is grim. We are at odds with ourselves, and this made me just. It was so many days that I could relate to this during the year, even though it was only for one day, and it's hard finding that motivation to get going. But I have a follower that also commented on that, and I'm not going to regret what I said because I said making a goal to do something every morning that gives you that sense of accomplishment. But I think the goal is the start. I think it's more of the system that you need, but I'm going to expand on that more later. If you read the title to this video, it is My First Man Hero. I come from a huge family, and I didn't really think about this until I went to therapy, and I was asked a question, what role models do I have, and who are my heroes, and who are the men in my life? All the men in my life dealt with control issues, addictions, substance abuse, drinking, um, just blowing their checks on random things. And if you're a family member that's watching this right now, I can't remember anybody in my family that got married one time and stayed together. If you know somebody in our family that did that, type their name in the chat so I can know who it is. Cause I couldn't recall like one marriage that withstood the time. And those were the type of men that pretty much raised me. Um, in my immediate family. And I'm going to tell you now who my first man hero was. And I have to say RIP now because he was taken from us way too early. Horace Jackie Graham. Incredibly amazing individual. Um, he um, he's that father that I think everybody would have loved to have. And I'm going to tell you a few reasons why. But before I say that, my reasons, just know that what I'm about to say is like a small snippet of the things that he did or he achieved as a father. First off, I like to use the term firm but gentle. He was definitely like strict, but he was the father that um, was still your friend. If you could take constructive criticism, like awesome, awesome. And when I say that, it's like his emotional and physical strength is awesome. Um, he would correct you when you're wrong, but he would also let you learn. So I think that's two things that's very important, especially to raising young men. Number two, he was super fun. And at this time in my life, his son was my best friend, Chris Graham. And I've known Chris since kindergarten. And um, Pops, Mr. Graham, he was very involved with everything. I don't even know how he did it, um, just with work and everything. But when I say that, is like from Cub Scouts to PTA to everything at school. He was like always involved in everything. I can remember like fourth and fifth grade, we didn't have a basketball team, and me and Chris was talking about it, and next thing I know, he was coaching a team, and he might not have been the best coach, but he did it for us to have fun, and that's what we wanted to do. He was just there, and it's not always about being perfect or knowing everything, but I think it's more of the quality time that he spent with us. But he was always fun, and like around the house, it was always jokes and games and horseplay. Just fun. Number three, he was very creative and imaginative, if that's a word. Um, I can remember him pulling up in his work truck with all the tools. Probably any tool you could dream of was on his truck, and he used to just explain tools to me and show me how they work, how to use them, what they could be used for, and he would build anything. As a matter of fact, like I kind of remember like getting them tools and boards when he was building a treehouse in the backyard, uh, right over there on Quanah Ave, like uh, North Quanah. That's where I spent a lot of my weekends um, in that time. Um, Number four, he was very business savvy. Um, he was the father that worked a job, and he also had a food truck. And when we wasn't playing sports or doing something fun, like we would load up the truck. I can remember going to like festivals all the time, and those was good trips, and we meet so many people. But back to just being business savvy, I remember the very first time, my very first weekend that I worked with him. We worked, we had fun, we ate, and I didn't even know like he was gonna pay me at the time, but that's just the type of person he was because he took care of me. He always fed me. Like I thought it was, I was one of the family, so I just thought, I'd just go and work. But not only did he pay me, he paid all his sons. It wasn't like I was the only one that got paid. He paid all his sons and his niece. But he said something that just stood out to me. Um, he said, "Mr. Dorsey, here's your paycheck, and it's $240, and it's yours. Don't spend it in one place." And he followed up that statement and said, "Okay, son, this is what you're gonna do with your money." So before I could even figure out what I was gonna do, he told me how much I was saving, what I was gonna do with some of it, how I was gonna spend it, because he told me I needed to give my mom something, and he's just started telling me how to be money savvy. So these are the lessons that he was teaching me at a young age that as a young man I didn't appreciate or fully grasp the concept of until you get older and you got a job and you got to figure out all this stuff and all these bills, and yeah, but he's the reason now I have a few dollars somewhere. um, Number 5, and probably the most important, even though I don't use it as much as I should. He uh, he knew how to treat his woman, and he valued her very highly. Um, I don't. I was thinking about it. I can't recall a time that I even heard them argue, and I'm sure, like with every couple, like it was um, things that went on that the kids didn't see, but that was so different from what I was used to. Um, from all the women in my family, woof, it's a lot, and I can't say that they haven't been mistreated somehow. Somehow, so um, he was just so patient and so calm. He would take on everything, and um, I don't know. I'm I'm proud to finally recognize it and finally see it. There's not. I'm not gonna say there's not, but dependable people are hard to come by, and even though he wasn't my blood father, like I could always call him or ask him for advice or anything I needed. So um, he was very dependable and involved, and I say all the fun stuff too. But he wanted to know my grades. When he knew when Pork Rise came out, he wanted to know everything. Uh, I was a good student then back then, so it wasn't never issues. But if there were, like, he would have held me accountable. I know it, and um, I miss him. Like I can remember, like Saturday mornings, he would wake up and he would like. First off, he worked on call and he would like work all night, but every Saturday morning he would always make a pancake as big as a skillet. No lie, no lie. Bomb too, not just any pancake. It was bomb, and like everybody come downstairs and eat breakfast, and uh, it's just his presence is just um, unexplainable. He's he's a father that everybody needed. Um, So, with that being said, 2003, um, he passed away, and I lost a part of me that wasn't fully matured and ready to deal with that. I didn't before that. I really hadn't lost anybody um, super close to me, like super close. I still had all my grandparents. I had great grandparents still then, so I hadn't lost anybody like that, and um, I was at a point in my life where like I was trying to figure out like why I got all these men in my life that's like beating they girls, that's like doing drugs, they lying, they drinking, they just blowing money, they never at home. Like all these guys is doing all these things, and the one the one man in my life that like takes care of home as a man should, why is he the one who's taken from us? I couldn't I don't my faith wasn't that strong to, or I didn't fully understand, but I contemplated that years, and um yes, smell like pancakes. No, I like pancakes. My mom can make pancakes too, but yeah. Um I couldn't I couldn't wrap my mind around that, why God would want to take a good man off the earth when we got so many other men that are not um doing the right things, should I say. And during this time, it was difficult to even be friends with Chris because, like, of all the memories of his father, um, and I didn't know the words, or I didn't have the courage to say what I wanted to say. Like, um, death affects us all differently, I guess, but like it was weird because like I didn't want to um I didn't really want to be in that house anymore. I didn't want the memories, or I didn't want to think about it at all really. And I kind of removed myself from that situation, and um I still got a lot of love for the Grams, but I haven't been vocal about that, and this might be the year. This might be the year that um, I speak up and say how I feel. If they're not watching the video, um, of just reconnecting and growing. So um, that's really all I have to say about Mr. Graham. Good guy. Good guy. One of the best. I hope all of y'all are having a good week and finish it strong. And a lot of things are coming well with the channel. My video lasted this whole time. So, yes. And remember that you're not alone in your fight. Love heals all, and time heals all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next Wednesday.